I found myself when I was checking out of the hotel that I didn't want to wait for the bellman. And so what I did, instead of putting orangey on top of it, because orangey wasn't there, I actually put my suitcase on top of my YETI haul, and I took myself downstairs, and all the men ran around me and was like, "Oh, you should have called bell service." And I said, "Yeah, but I had my YETI cooler. It's not hard. I just wheeled everything down." They all just looked at me in amazement. I'm telling you, I use my YETIs. I love my YETIs. I promise your YETIs will not let you down. Or I've been known to stack it on top of my haul YETI. Should I show you how I do that real quick? I should show you how I do that real quick. This fancy other little trick that I have, that when I have multiple YETIs coming out of the car, I am known to pull my big haul out first, which is known as Big Blue, and then I will throw Orangey, my 45, on top of Big Blue. And then I have found to be a wonderful way to get my 45 around independently is I first just put it on my haul. I lift up my wonderful handle, keep a hold of my other handle, and guess what? It moves beautifully. It truly is a great little trick. I just recently found myself down in Boca Raton, Florida. This is my Tundra Haul portable wheeled cooler. This is actually where the addiction started. I'm a single mom, and I was taking my daughter camping up in the mountains of Colorado, and I needed a good cooler that could go days, that I wouldn't have to go get ice, and then it would just take care of our food and I wouldn't have to think about. And that is when I found my YETI, my Tundra Haul YETI. Because as a single mom, one of the most important things for me was that I could do it all alone. At the time, my child was 9. I couldn't count on her to help me. I had to be able to manage the cooler and get it from the car to the campsite and back again, and whatever else that we needed to do. So this cooler, the wheels, were the things that sold me on it. They since have come out with a couple new coolers that have wheels, but this was the original, and I've had this for years. And I love it. I absolutely love my cooler. If you're camping in a place with bears, it has these amazing latches that you pull down on, and they really need your fingers and your thumbs to be able to work so the bears can't work them. The other thing that you can do is there is a hole on each side of the cooler, and what that allows you to do is that allows you to put any kind of lock in there, again, securing it from bears or from people, whichever you prefer. So the other reason that I loved it, and you can do this with any cooler, but what I loved about this was I love the concept of the YETI Ice. So what the YETI Ice does is you get it frozen, and then it acts as your ice. This YETI here kept all of our food for those 3 days of camping, and it kept it fresh and it kept it cold. And the YETI Ice helped with that. So over time, the YETI Ice obviously will be frozen when you freeze it, and over the days it will start to liquefy again. But the way that this cooler actually holds the temperature with the food in it is absolutely amazing. I cannot say enough good things about this cooler. This cooler started my addiction with YETIs. This cooler is the thing that made me buy a 45 for my drinks. This cooler is the thing that made me buy a roadie, a 20, because you need to have a smaller one too. These coolers are amazing. They went through the camping seasons with us and got us through with flying colors. And then we moved to Florida. And I had gotten a little bit of grief from my multi-generational family about how many coolers I kept buying until we moved to Florida. The reality of shopping in the middle of summer in Florida, if you're getting any kind of perishables, is that if we are going farther than 20 minutes from our house, we throw at least one cooler in the car, if not all of them, with the YETI Ice. And so when we go buy stuff, it keeps it from perishing. Absolutely amazing. The other thing that we do if we're driving more than an hour from our house is we throw a cooler. Again, depending on where we're going, how many people are there, well, it depends on which cooler makes it in the car. We throw drinks in there so that we have drinks and we're not paying extra money for our drinks. These coolers enable us to save money, whether we're just going on a road trip for the day for our drinks, whether it's keeping food from perishing if we're going a little bit farther away from home to go grocery shopping, or if you're going to go to a fancy dinner, like we like to go to fancy dinners down in Orlando. There's always leftovers down there. We throw Big Blue in there because the reality is we need something to put that food in so it doesn't perish. I love these coolers. And what I know is, I know that if you are in need of a cooler, you will not be let down by your YETI. Some people have said that I have a YETI problem. Other people have said that I need to join the 12-step YETI program. But in reality, I have all these wonderful YETIs because I love them and I believe in the product. The reality is they add to my life. So stick around and let me show you everything you need to know about all of my YETIs, including the ice.